uh, Nilesh here. Today I'm going to talk about some of the basic problems with the automation testing and how we can fasten it up with the new project which I like to call HoneyComb Agnes. Agnes is a project code for this because I'm developing different models in the same project. So let's see what I have to offer. So first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Nilesh. I basically work with the Java stack, but here as my part of interest, I like to contribute in the automation testing part. And first of all, I like to talk about what are the current problems we are facing with the automation framework methodologies. So first of all, whenever I talk about the doing automation, as I can understand, being around 9 years experience in this field, companies mostly look forward for high upfront investment cost because mostly companies believe somewhere like involving 10 more developers who are going to write down the code for automation testing is going to be the expensive task. Apart from that, like kind of the Selenium or extra additional tools training is what is going to be the concern from the management part. Whereas when I'm talking about the development issues, I can understand mostly there are no kind of architectures involved in the Selenium project designing. So I have observed that people mostly don't have such a strong architecture when it comes to Selenium coding. Apart from that, code reviews. Then when I talk about the internationalization, basically if I'm working in India and working for some Chinese clients, working with internationalization is a big challenge because having QA team, I just to test the internationalization, if the data is valid or not, and that's the big challenge. Apart from that, maintenance of the existing test cases is another challenge because yes, managing it actually over the HV and into the executable cycles, into the suits could be another challenge. Let's see how Agnes is going to solve that part for me. So if I talk about what Agnes is offering me here, is first of all, I'll talk about self-driven architecture, as the output of this Agnes framework is going to be the actual code. Yes, it's going to be a Java, Selenium, FNG kind of a code, which is going to execute on whatever environment you want. It is very much cloud-ready code, which you can deploy on the code on the cloud as well. Then, as I said, the code is going to be written by a framework itself. So I can say it's a one standard code. So same standard in each and every test cases, which is going to reduce your review cost greatly. Apart from that, yes, these test cases are going to be a cross browser and parallel execution ready. The configuration, the environment this Agnes is going to provide you is already ready with the cross browser and parallel execution capabilities. Then for every reporting thing, we use explain report here because reporting is another major part for the Selenium or for any project to justify the client that how the progress is going on. So here is the reporting with the explain report. Then another most important part for me, internationalization again. So yes, Agnes is going to write down the test cases for you with data set. Yes, with data set, you heard it right. So Agnes is going to understand what kind of a data you are going to create, what kind of a data you are expecting, and with some user's help, it is going to generate the data, and it is capable of generating the data in 6 international languages. So if I'm in India, I wanted to test my website with the internationalization kind of functionalities for consider as Chinese language. I can, and I don't need any third person to validate this data. Then just have a small review that how exactly Agnes is going to work for me. As I'm saying that it is going to write down the test case for you by itself. So definitely it's going to be a part where we need to look forward at how exactly it's going to observe the thing. So we have created the UI something like Selenium ID, where the browser itself is going to observe that how user is doing on the web page, what actions it has done, what kind of values it has entered, and that all data it is going to provide for the analyze stuff. It is going to analyze on the user action and the data type. That user action and data type is going to provide to the Agnes engine, which is very much matured engine, which is going to create a project for me, going to analyze the data, and going to create a test-driven development data for me. And that is how the flow is going to be. This is a very small introduction about the idea, and I'm going to show you the actual practical system right away. Before that, like, if you have any other questions, you can write me down at any point at nilesh.shegoka@gmail.com, or you can connect me on my LinkedIn. Okay, I'm sure you're going to have some questions for me, and definitely we can look for it. Thanks. Here we are going to, just finish it. I'm going to start with the Agnes UI right now. Here I'm going to run the test case for HTTP. So run demoqa.com. This is a testing website, and as I cannot run it on the live machine, I'm running it on some demo website right now. As soon as I click on the go, it's going to open me a browser. I'm going to from that browser I'm going to record all the user actions. So it's opening a browser for me. So you can see there's a registration button. I'd like to create a test case for registration. So I'm going to click on the registration here. Okay, I'm going to insert few details like my name is Nilesh, my name is Shegoka, I'm single, I like to dance, I'm from India, date of birth, I'm just going to put it some random, then phone number, username, some unique, then the email ID. Definitely this is also going to be required as unique, so and then some random. Then I need to give some image, so I'm just giving some image part, that's profile picture. Then for yourself it's a testing. Password I'm going to put something, and here I'm going to say submit. So when I say submit, definitely whatever the data is inserted by the user is going to go for the validation and saying thanks for your registration. To create a test case around this particular block, I'm going to select the test and I'm going to say shift T. So it's going to create a test case for me on that particular day. So you can see whatever I have done in that it has recorded all the things. So I'm going to stop the recording for now. That is my test case recording, and this is what my Agnes has responded with. So here I'm going to put some value I'm going to change. I'm saying the values are not fixed, and I want to populate some random test name every time. Then the last name, this is also not a fixed value. Then the few of the values I'm keeping it constant, like I like to sing, I'm single and I like to dance kind of a thing. Then here for the username, I want just creating some random first name for as username. Then for email ID, I'm going to use some, I want Agnes to create some random email IDs for me. So I think I forgot to say it's not fixed here. Okay. So here, when I talk about the profile pic, definitely the browser, you can see it is going to give me C drive state path as a path. So I need to give a real path of the image in the testing. So I'm just going to give that path here. So in the value part, I'm saying the path is not this, but this, and it's fixed. So for all the items, we're going to use the same image. I'm going to update the value. In the description, I'm saying just pick some random name or random word for now. Fix. Then username and passwords cannot be randomly generated every time. So that's I'm going to keep that fixed, and I think I'm done from here. So It's a time to convert this information, the analytical data, into the actual project. So here's the second tab. I'm going to suggest for the testing purpose. I'm saying I want to just create only 5 test cases. I don't want to invest a lot of time with, showing you executing the test cases. Here I can select the cross browser functionality. For now I'm just going to run my test cases with the Chrome, but anyway I can select any number of them. So here I'm going to create my project onto the desktop. There is a project sample. I'm saying it's a demo QA. It's going to be Maven project, so you can see that artifact ID group name are something that's standard from Maven. OIG group ID testing. This particular is a registration test. Version I'm saying version 1. So here I'm saying save the project. It has said project created successfully. So it has created the complete project structure for me. Let's check out. So that's the done of Agnes and closing the Agnes for now. So I'm going to start with IntelliJ, where I'm going to open that project created by, this is the project created by Agnes. So here you can see it's a POM file. So it's a Maven project for me. Let's see, till then my Eclipse get open. I like to drive you through what I have the different things it has created. So it has written down the application.properties file. So it is a very much standard followed by the developers. If I could have said, you can see it has write down the browser equal to Chrome over here. So even after code generated once in the future, I want you to run the same test case with different browser, definitely I can. So it's something kind of a standard structure actually used. So here you can see the Excel file is created by Agnes itself, and it must have filled the test case data. So you can see, by mistake I have put the surname as a fix, so it has used same surname for everybody. So that's not the issue. You can see the first names are quite different. Email IDs it has created in the random. So let's see, we are going to run this data. So till then, let's open. So on the desktop, it's a sample, and the demo QA is a form here. Open as a project I'm saying. Let's have a deep dive into the code, how exactly the code is written, how the things are there. It's a Maven project, Eclipse is resolving dependencies for it. Yeah, seems like it's done. So here, the complete code available. You can see the data provider, the case data. Utility classes are there for reading the property, reporting, then if we want to have the snapshot and all. So language. So here is my application file which I want to run. So here I'm going to run the application. So it must be going to open the browser for me, in which it's going to, whatever I have recorded, the same flow and the test data, it is going to execute, and also going to create basically you can say a reporting thing for me using Extend report. So let's see. Okay, so here we have the code. I have opened the project as the Maven project, and I'm going to run the application that is the main class for me. So I'm expecting that this is going to open the Chrome browser for me and going to run all the test cases into it. So we have the 5 test cases written, which are going to be run, and the report is going to be created by the code. It has opened demoqa.com. Then it must be going to click the registration button. Yes, it is. So you can see the test cases are started getting executed. Okay. So on that message, Thanksgiving message is the test case is going to actually validate if the test case is passed or failed. So it has created all test cases. So you can see it's saying 5 test cases run and 0 failed. Let's see. Let's check the same in report. So this is a external report created by the code, and you can see it has given you the information that what is the information or what is the data set it has set that particular test case with. It's telling me yes, the data case should pass. Okay. So that's it from my end. I hope you have liked the demo. If you have any suggestion, you can please write me down at nilesh.shehuga@gmail.com, or any moment you can message me on the LinkedIn. Thank you guys. Thank you for your time.